So you have a service you want to sell. It's only natural that your social media channel needs to be optimized for you to sell it. In this video, I'm going to run you through exactly what you need to be using, kind of how you want to be setting up your content to convert as many people as possible that you really want to work with on social media, on Instagram. I'm going to take through three guys on here that have previously inquired, some clients for the coaching and from previous students that have inquired for my program. I'm going to take their profiles. I'm going to literally take a live diagnose of their social media, their profiles, their reels, and just go through together and pick up some free and easy things that we can be doing to be getting more clients, more lead flow, and more traffic for your coaching program as well. So let's dive into it. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to talk you through it. So the first person we have is, who should we pick on? Should we start with Mark, the parents PT? His profile I know is usually fairly well optimized. I'm going to basically kind of talk through a few big things that I'm seeing and how we can maybe optimize it a touch better. So firstly, Mark, like the things I'm seeing that's good is the handle, like the display picture itself as well is very strong because it's very zoomed in. I like the fact that it looks like a professional shot as well, and it's not, I see a lot of people have it with their tops off and it's too far away. This looks really professional. It looks really clean. One thing I'd maybe be testing as well for this is you can put your display picture on something called PFP Maker. It can basically put the background color of this to be something more vibrant and more bright, or you can just enhance this a little bit more. So just give it a bit more of a pop factor and people kind of naturally remember your colors. This is okay now, but it doesn't really have that big pop factor. If you change it to like a light blue or a yellow or something like that, every time you put up a story and people are scrolling through to see your stories, they're going to remember that yellow or that blue, and they're going to naturally associate your brand, your page with it. So that's an easy thing that you can do. It's free and it works really, really well. That's what I would look at there. In terms of the handle here, I think is superb. The only thing I would just keep in mind is what we want to do is just keep the reading age of this fairly low. So I would probably just take off the word busy. I'm being very, very picky here, but I just think if you have the word busy, like everyone's busy, everyone's stressed, everyone's doing a lot. So I think it's almost like it doesn't need to be there. If you just have weight loss coach for parents, people automatically just gives them one less word to read and they know exactly who you are. That's a very small thing though. The bio itself is really well optimized from what I can tell. Like the only thing I'd maybe look at is just maybe simplify this a touch. Like ton, it's like what does that really mean? Like a ton of weight. If you give like a bit more, like what you can even test on here, dude, is just have like I help busy mums or busy mums and dads drop X amount of weight in X time frame. And you could even have like a beginner, like a intermediate program, like a 12-week or a 6-month program, which is more designed to help people get their first milestone at the goal, and then they go into the longer term program, for example. Again, that's the small thing I would do. For some reason, my profiles, this reads a bit weird, so I'd maybe see if you can join it together. Like, not necessarily join it together, but like, just make it read a bit easier. Like I help mums and dads drop weight and finally feel confident. Like it feels a bit wordy, right? So maybe even try and put this into ChatGPT and see if you can get a reading age version of this, like age 7 or lower, just so it's easier to understand. One thing I get very picky on with this is links in bios. Ideally, what we want to do is just have one link in bio, because what's happening, and I'm going to show you in real time, like people on Instagram and social media don't have too much time. So when you give them like a link, every time they have to click a button, the click-through rate for them to go to the next one significantly drops off. So if we can just have one link in there, for most people, just a straight Calendly link to book a call works phenomenal. So like ideally, if you can just pick what's the most important and just have one, it'd be the best thing in my opinion. This is really good. Like the landing page, a copy of this is really good. Like I wouldn't play around with that too much. I think it's good. So maybe you just have that, or just have just have one or the other. Just have a cool booking. I'm not a massive fan of this because I just can't imagine many people going through and actually clicking and completing it, just because we've tested this a ton of clients. Like, they know you're going to take the information, you're going to spam them with other stuff. So if that's simpler and there's a clear thing of what they're getting, it'll make your life a lot easier, because at the minute it's like the Parents Academy wellness intake form. It's like no one actually wants that. So I would just maybe refine that. In terms of content itself, let's go through some of these and see some of the reels, some of the content. This is a really good bit of content, by the way, like anyone can take and just like replicate that's watching this as well. Having clear content on your page regularly, which shows your audience that you've been on a similar journey as them, would be so powerful to have. So this is really, really good. I'd maybe even have this actually pinned at the top as opposed to this, personally. But it's a small thing. In terms of the reels, in terms of the quality of these, there's a lot of carousels at the minute. So I think this is okay. Like, I just don't think people really... I just think like content like this, by the way, just guys, like in general, I think this is okay, but I just don't think there's a clear takeaway from this post in general. Like, it's a cool message. It shows that you are more vulnerable, but to me there's just no real clear takeaway on this message, if I'm honest, because like it's just, wife says this, I'm not really present, I'm mentally checked out, and they're learning from that. Like, there's no real clear lesson. What we really want to keep in mind when we're creating any content is, what's the lesson? Like, what are we trying to educate? What problem are we trying to solve? And what are the next steps, Like, an example of this, to reword this to be more engaging, could be, and here's a very good framework anyone can use, like story, lesson, offer. Like, what's the story? The story could be, you'd never guess what, my wife said this to me. She said this to me, and then I learned that I need to do this, this, and this, so I could be more present and focused. So if you're a busy dad and you also feel like you're never focused with your kids, you're always stressed and you're always doing this, here's how you two can do it. Implement these 3 simple habits. If you want my entire calendar playbook, here's how you can do it. So always think about, when you're creating content, what's the story, what's the lesson, what's the offer, what's the call to action. If you have these 3 things in place, content will just hit so much more, be much more engaging. That would be a big thing I'd look at. And then in general, just the last thing I would say on this page is, like, this type of content in general is good, but I would also like not kind of substitute the normal content, just because this kind of content is so easy to do. Like, it takes maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes to put something like this together. You have a bit of b-roll and you can put any text over the top. I would just still make sure you have the normal content, which is like the one that's direct to camera, just giving value, or you coaching clients or something like that. That would be a big thing I would look at, because content like this is okay to have, but it's just not like as engaging as a direct to camera, or you coaching a client, or you with your wife and your kids and just giving a lesson. I think that would be really powerful. Yeah, that's where I would go with that. Next person on the list in terms of content to review, let's go with a lady. Let's go with Layla. So Layla next on the list here to review. A couple things I would do with Layla's account. Like, I know Layla, we worked on having your profile picture more zoomed in and having that more green background. So that looks really good. It really pops and it's really aligned, I know, with your brand colors and your like highlights, which is phenomenal. We've worked this out as well. So Layla's a really good example of a client we've worked through a lot of this stuff through anyway. Like, Layla has her kind of clarity here so well. Like, here's exactly who we're working with, and here's like, what we're gonna do. Is really easy to read and it works really well. The only thing, Layla, like I would do here is this here, for a high protein meal. Like, the call to action on this, like, people on Instagram now can literally just do this high protein meal, right, in 2 seconds. And they can come up with high protein meals that they can follow. So it's not really a high value thing. this protein. So I would change it, and I would change it to something that's more kind of that people, your ladies would want. So something maybe towards with health, like hormones, like a custom strength program, or a custom strength building program. Something like that would be more powerful than just having that high protein thing, because it's not super specific to the people you want to work with. That I would do. And then a very small thing I would also do is, I just don't think there's a need to have the location of where you're based anymore. So I think that isn't needed. It's a bit of a distraction, so I'd probably take that off. And a small thing you can do as well is, I think there's no need to be following so many more people and then have like less followers than them. So potentially look at maybe bringing these down a little bit as well. In terms of content, and how that's looking for you at the minute, let's go through some of these. Again, like, this is good content. I would just try and change and test this with just a direct to camera bit of content as well. So you walk in, you in the gym, just saying the exact same hook is very strong. Ladies, if I was, and even here, I don't think the hook makes too much sense, because if I were a woman, if people read this fast when they're scrolling, they'll read, if I were a woman, they'll see that you're a woman already, and it wouldn't make too much sense. I'd make the hooks of these in the intros much easier. So an easier, quicker, more attention grabbing hook to this could be, if you feel intimidated or if you feel nervous training in the gym, do this. Nervous right away hooks people. Nervous kind of can create that emotional trigger as well, and they're like, what should I be nervous of? Like, should I feel nervous? And then they can kind of watch through the rest of the video. So I'd be looking at that there as well. And in general, a big thing I would say is, like, these don't do that well. Like, I don't really see anyone ever doing these here's the truth read a caption, because the reality is people usually are watching these when they're on the go, they're on a subway, in a metro, they're just walking around. They're not going to stop and read this with like different colors and stuff like that moving and just read through a text. And like, it just doesn't work anymore. You'd be better off taking this caption and turning it into like a carousel, if you want to get the same topic across, or just doing it into a talking video direct to camera. That'd be an easy thing you can do there.
Then, ladies, offer that I've been putting on.
Let's go through the next one as well, and we'll go through that now.
I put it on a couple of times. It's for 8 weeks for an
Small thing here as well with this is very good. Like, I really like the flowers. Like, Layla Layla is a fellow flower lover. She has a lot of like flowers, a lot of really cool decoration. So it's really her personality. It's good, really good that you have that across. Small thing I would just do is I would just take the captions you have now and the subtitles and generally have them to be about just under your chin or chin level, so it's just going to be more engaging. People watch your mouth moving and they can read it much easier. So that's a small thing I would do. And typically you want to have the text in that block where you have the username and the chin is where you want to have that to sit, because then it's easier to read as well.
Introductory offer to online coaching with a weekly Zoom.
I would make this stronger. So
if
I'd
you
make
want
the,
in
I
4
would make
spaces,
the hook of this, and I'd make the actual video in the intro stronger. So it could be something like,
right then, ladies,
like,
you know that
it could be like something like, ladies, I can't believe this just happened. I put out 8 spots on my coaching program. Half of these are already gone and I only have 2 spots left. I only have 4 spots left. So if you want to get in shape and you want to achieve this and this, message me and I'll run you through exactly how we can do that. I would just make it more specific in that format. It's just going to pull people in quicker, faster, and there's going to be more engaging as well. For stuff like this, which is more coaching specific and sensitive, just say the keyword is DM me, the keyword. I think you don't necessarily have this problem, Layla, but when you're doing stuff like this and you're going direct towards offering your coaching, I would just make the video be quite short, like 20 seconds, 30 seconds long, and just literally call out the people you're going to work with, their goals, their struggles, and then just a call to action. So ladies, if you're fed up of feeling like this and you want to achieve this outcome in this time frame, message me. I have something really special for you coming up. But this type of content only works if you're posting a lot of high value and you're building a lot of know, like, and trust with previous content. That's the biggest stuff I would say there. And yeah, just in general, not have too many content like this as well. Just make sure if you're going to do stuff like this, you're not doing it all the time, and you're also building a lot more kind of know, like, and trust, and you're solving problems with the rest of it. That'd be the biggest thing I would say there. The last person we're going through in this content live mastermind is Mr. Ali from Norway. So Ali, I know we've spoken quite a few times now. So a few big things I would say is this display picture needs to be changed. It's too far out, dude. So I would have a more professional headshot of you, much closer to your face. This to me looks a touch unprofessional in the sense that you're just training. Like, it doesn't look like a professional expert that's going to help someone achieve a big outcome. I'd zoom this in and much more. Use PFP Maker to make your pictures stand out, and if possible, just have something that's more of a professional headshot. There, you might even be able to use AI to get a professional headshot. It just needs to look a lot like you. This tagline's okay, it's just not specific. Like, I would get rid of the rest of it. No one really cares. I imagine no one cares about performance. No one cares about fitness. Like, no one's searching, I want to be fit. Like, realistically, let's be honest. I would just go weight loss coach or, helping you. Yeah, weight loss coach is going to be fine. The emojis make it sound to me and scream too much like ChatGPT to me. So I'd really readjust this a little bit more and just say, I help this type of person achieve this type of goal. I help people I known for helping people lose weight and get an amazing physique or get an amazing transformation without sacrificing time with their kids or their family, as I know you're a family guy. That could work really well. So that's a small thing I would look at there. In terms of the main feed content, there's too many story highlights here. I would get rid of most of these that are not valuable, and I just have 3 or 4. To have client wins, I would have ideally have 2 different client wins. So have one which is client wins, which are more like before and afters and text messages. Have ones which are before and afters, have ones which are video testimonials, so 2 different ones. One is before and afters as pictures or text messages, one which is a video testimony of your clients, and then the last one you can have on here, which would crush, is just having your story and who you are and what you do. I've recently done that on my page, so if you want to have a look at how that looks on my page, just as an example, these are the video testimonials, so they're all compiled
4 weeks
together.
Since working with this man and his team, I've literally doubled the amount of clients that I have within my online coaching business.
So like we have about 50 odd video testimonials. They're all compiled into one video and they're pinned at the top. Then we've got like literally about 2 years worth of videos on here, and we've also got value on here. So maybe something in that format would crush for you. So definitely having video testimonials as 1, editing that and being really good. 2 would be having the text messages of your clients, and 3 being a bit about your story and just having pictures kind of talking through that. That would be massive. In terms of the main feed content, Ali, so
struggling with weight loss. The key isn't just cutting calories.
The hook here is good, like struggling with weight loss is good.
It's how you manage your...
The lighting doesn't look too good, so I'd maybe have a play. So ideally what you want to do when you're lighting this up is obviously be standing in front of a window if possible.
Protein intake. Let me break it down for you. When it comes to fat loss, protein plays a crucial role, but too much of it can actually...
The message itself is good. Like, the message of the video is strong. Like, if you're struggling with
work against you. A common mistake I see.
I almost feel like you've given the takeaway of the video too fast, dude. Because
with
like
clients
you've literally said in the video here,
struggling with weight loss.
You're struggling with weight loss, and the video and the text here
the
is
key
protein,
isn't...
and people are like, I do struggle with weight loss. He's going to tell me to eat more protein. I'm going to scroll off because it sounds like hard work. What we want to do is
cutting
people
calories.
more of a suspense, right? We want to take people more of an emotional journey. So, for example,
it's how you manage...
your hook might be, like, a better hook might be, if you've been trying to weight loss if you have been stuck at the same weight for the last 6 months and you have no idea what you're doing wrong, here's the simplest thing I'm going to run you through in terms of how to fix it. But bear in mind, it's completely counterintuitive to what you've been told before. this pulls in so much interest and so much attention and desire that people are going to watch through and be like, oh, I wonder what he's going to tell me. What do I need to do? How do I need to lose weight, right? Simple thing you can do there to make it more engaging.
Struggling with weight loss, the key isn't just cutting calories, it's how you manage your protein intake. Let me break it down for you. When it comes to fat loss, protein,
the editing is good as well. The only small thing I would say subconsciously is like, this just to me feels a bit like childish in terms of the editing and the way it's set up.
But too much of it,
like, there's bings and stuff like this in the video, but it almost feels like, obviously, as I've spoken to you before, dude, it's like you're quite a serious guy. You have family. You take this really seriously.
Actually work against you.
The editing of this is very out of alignment towards who you are, and I think there's a bit of a disconnect there. So just keep it more, potentially more professional, more kind of towards that higher end person you want to work with.
Common mistake.
Right away in this video, you have
struggling
like
with
Spider-Man
weight loss.
but
The key is
from the people you want to work with is typically like, older people, like 30 plus, family, kids, want to get in health and want to get their health in order and lose weight. They see that, they can easily scroll off and just feel like it's not aligned. So that's just a few simple things.
Struggling with weight loss, the key isn't just cutting calories, it's how you manage your protein intake. Let me break it down for you. When it comes to fat loss, protein plays a crucial role, but too much of it can actually work against you. A common mistake I see is,
if possible as well, I'd try and have a few more different frames and changes. Can also make it much more engaging, so potentially like scripting it a bit better, so you have like the first 3 seconds, the first 5 seconds
with clients try to
movements, different places, different, it's like slight angles and like different changes can just keep it a bit more engaging. Can also make a big difference.
This framework I use to help individuals who want to lose weight loss, break through plateaus,
this is better because again, there's a window, there's a bit more of something going on that people
can
achieve through
their goals
as well. But again, here it's just
this framework I use to help individuals who,
again, it's just too wordy. The first 3 seconds, you've lost me already. Here's a framework I help individuals.
Framework I use to help individuals who want to lose weight loss.
Here's a framework I use that when I help individuals lose weight. Like, it's too long, people are gonna not care. What we want to do with a hook is really hook people from an emotional aspect in the first 3 seconds, right? An easy way could be, if you feel fed up that you're trying to lose weight and you struggle, this is exactly what I help all my best clients do to lose weight and keep it lost for life. Very similar, but when you use the word like fed up, and you use the word frustrated, struggling, anxious, nervous, like you use these words, it triggers people to stop scrolling and actually watch your videos. So that would make a big difference there as well. The rest of it just is too random here as well. The colors, like there's no congruency. I just make those few changes and it'll make a massive difference. I've gone very heavy. There's a lot of stuff that anyone can implement to really grow and drive that forward. So yeah, I hope you take value from this type of videos and this type of raw content. If you do and you want to see more in this style, then make sure to hit subscribe. If you want me to audit your profile next on one of these as well, make sure to leave your Instagram handle below in the comments and I can do that for you as well.